We are right here at the Jacob Javits Center. Now you can see behind me, we're at the Fancy Food Show. This is the show where people come from all over the world to find out what's next, what are the trends. And speaking of trends, Denise Purcell, head of content for the Specialty Foods Association, is with me. So Denise, what's on your radar?
Well, I think I've said in the past, we have a Trendspotter Panel that we work with, and they comb the show floor over 3 days, and they look for what the official show trends are going to be. But we always pick their brains heading into the show for day one. Like, what do you think you're going to see? You know, what's on the radar? And a lot of it, some of it is a continuation of some of the things we've been talking about, because some of these trends just aren't going away, right? Functional foods and especially beverages is a big one.
And talking about functional foods, and you and I have been talking about this for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
You know, we used to call it nutraceuticals, and that was probably the wrong term, could have turned off a lot of people. But what we're really now seeing are foods that are formulated, designed for brain health, for gut health, for all these attributes that we want.
Yeah.
And especially, you know, when I look at brain health, I'm fascinated by it because it's not just one market. What we find is we find a lot of young parents, you know, want their kids to go to Harvard or Oxford or whatever else, so they're focused on brain health. And also, frankly, for the aging baby boomer population, who are very concerned about dementia or Parkinson's, they're focused on brain health.
Yeah.
So it's really coming together in a way that probably nobody would have thought.
Yeah, it's true. It was heart health for a while. Now we're seeing more of the brain health. And also in some other areas, you talk about aging, edible beauty has kind of been on the radar for a while. Started with collagen in a lot of products. And I would have said maybe that's fading a bit, but our trend spotters think we're going to see even more of it at the
and especially with CBD.
Yeah.
Now, you know, coming into a lot more health and beauty aid products.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure whether it's a trend or a fad, because when you look at a lot of the CBD products, you really have to look very carefully at the labels, because some of them don't put enough in there to actually have any kind of effect whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's shaking out, and I'm not sure where we're going.
Well, and there's a question mark because it's still not federally legal, you know, and so we advise companies, you know, to keep that in mind before you go into that area or start developing products. So it still kind of remains to be seen, but more and more products are coming to market.
So besides functional foods, what else are you seeing?
So this isn't going to sound like a trend because it's all over the place, but plant-based
Oh, yeah.
is not going away.
Nope.
We're going to see more plant-based snacks at this show for sure. We already know of one, it's a dried aloe vera snack, and it's flavored, peach and ginger and different flavors. But that's new, and it's from a company that was doing aloe vera drinks.
Right.
And so now they're getting into snack foods.
And is snacking still going to grow and still a big trend?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We are about to release our annual research on the state of the industry, and people, you know, they consume these products for, it's just a way of life now, you know. I mean, they still use them for everyday meals and things like that, but snacking is just how people are living. They're eating on the go, they're eating more meals, more snacks more frequently during the day, and so that seems to still be a huge category.
So when we look at, and Phil Kafarakis and I were talking earlier today, you know, when you and I walked the show 20, 25 years ago, it was gourmet products. And now, I mean, you go to any supermarket in the country, you're going to see all of these kinds of products, you know, in mainstream supermarkets. And the mainstream American consumer wants these kinds of products.
Absolutely, and not just supermarkets, club stores, mass market, you know, Target, places like that. It's, especially with millennials and Gen Z coming at their heels, this isn't specialty as in, oh, it's a treat. It's, you know, I'm going to treat myself to some gourmet luxury. It's a way of eating.
It's everyday food.
It's everyday food, yeah.
So give me one other trend that you personally, not only the Trendsetter panel, but you personally have observed and that you're really watching to see whether or not this is going to be a major hit.
So this is going to sound like the least exciting trend I could give you, but there's data behind it. Water is the #1 specialty food category going to grow the most over the next 5 years, specialty waters. So it could be, you know, just good water from a specific region. It's some enhanced waters. There's a protein water out on the floor, waters with good pH balance and potassium added and things like that. So it kind of dovetails into the functional beverages as well. Flavored waters, sparkling waters. I don't know why. There's people want less sugar and they want good
Sure.
beverages and things like that. But I found it a little surprising that it was the number one category.
Yeah, that surprises me as well.
Yeah, right at its heels, jerky and meat snacks,
Yes.
which is fascinating to me because at the same time, plant-based and alternative meats is growing too.
Right.
So there's room for everything.
Yeah.
But there are continually more jerkies and things on the show floor. We're expecting a lot at this show. Some plant-based, some not, some a mix of both. There's at least one that's filet mignon and portobello mushroom meat snack,
seen that.
together.
Yep.
So we have an eye on that to see where that's going as well.
So when we talk about plant-based, and we keep on hearing about more people either going vegetarian or vegan, to me, I don't think we're going to see that extreme. We're not going to see everything the Impossible Burger and Beyond Meat.
Yeah.
And to your point, what you just described between the mushroom and the filet jerky, I see that blending, if you would, whether it's mushrooms. Albertsons now is actually selling in their fresh meat case blends with mushroom, cauliflower, peas, and so on, where people can just do it.
Yeah.
So it's not about either or.
No.
It's really that for people who want to eat healthier, so maybe once or twice a week you're going to have a blend instead of having that steak, and you don't have to go vegan.
Yeah, it's the whole flexitarian concept, and I think that's growing even more with younger consumers. And according to our research, the Gen Z age group, which is just coming into adulthood,
Right.
they're more open to all kinds of different diets than generations before them,
Right.
including plant-based, including keto, including everything. And so they're open to trying things, they're adventurous, but yeah, I don't think it is all or one at the same time as alternative milks are growing.
Right.
So is cheese,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Denise, as always, thanks. You'll be back tomorrow with us.
I will, yes.
Great. To give us a further update. So make sure that what you're doing is you're checking out SFA News on the SFA website, on the SFA Facebook to find out everything that's going on. And make sure that you walk the show floor. There's how many booths this year?
Oh my gosh.
Well over 1,000,
2,500,
2,500, yeah. Because here's what you're going to see, what comes next.